Hi, my name is Todd Blyleven, former professional baseball player and Major League Baseball scout. I'm also the owner here at the Scout Hub. I've spent my entire lifetime in professional sports. I grew up on the baseball field following my dad around, Bert Blyleven, that played for 22 years. He got inducted into the MLB Hall of Fame in 2011. I was a college standout. I played professionally for 7.5 years. I went through the whole recruiting process as a high school player. I went through the MLB Draft process as a high school player and college player. And then I ended up becoming a Major League Baseball scout in 2000. And I scouted for a little over 8 years, where I signed just about 26 players to professional contracts. Guys like Troy Tulowitzki, Ian Stewart, both were first-round draft picks, Kevin Jepsen, Steven Andrade, and some others that got to the big league level. I was really excited to be a professional scout. I got a chance to go into tons of homes all over the country and sit down and talk with some of the best players that the game was producing at that time. My whole mission when I went into those homes was to educate families on what Major League Baseball was all about, but also make sure that those families were making the right decision in terms of coming out of high school and choosing professional baseball over college baseball, or coming out of college and maybe they're a redshirt sophomore, so they had 2 years left of eligibility in the college market. Do they sign now or do they go back to school? And so I was very honest and open with those families. You know, scouts don't make any money when a guy signs. So otherwise I probably would have been pretty rich because I was pretty successful as a scout, but you don't make any money. So I felt I wanted to be very honest. I wanted to give back. I wanted to educate the families on making the best decision for their athletes. Now, after I got done scouting, I ended up owning an indoor training facility in Huntington Beach, California, where it was very boutique. I had a lot of great clients, a lot of high school, college athletes, professional athletes. But more importantly, for the high school and college athletes, there was always a confusion with the parents on what they should do with their players. Now, my kids were younger at the time. My son was going through, elementary school, middle school at the time. So I hadn't really gone through that as a parent on the recruiting side. But the hundreds of cups of coffee and the dinners and all the hours of conversation that I had with families, especially with my background, I was able to give some great advice and steer people in the right direction. And sometimes that meant that players ended up stop playing baseball and pursue maybe their education and some of those tough conversations that you have when the game might be coming to an end. And then obviously there were other conversations around Major League Baseball and the draft, which were more exciting, I think, right? And then as a parent, I got a chance to watch my own son grow up and become his own player and become a recruitable athlete for college and go through that process of travel ball and which tournaments do you play in and where do you need to put him at and what profiles do you use to promote his game, and which is how really the Scout Hub ended up building our athlete promotional platform. So I've gone through the whole gamut of it. I was a player. I grew up in the industry. I've got tons of contacts and network all over the country. As a Major League Scout, I built relationships with some of the best college coaches and programs in the country. I understand the dynamic of the MLB Draft, obviously. I was through being a Major League Scout. I was a parent. I've been an instructor. I've been a coach. And so I've gone through just about everything there is. And I've always prided myself on learning and not knowing, of course I want to know everything there is to know, but I certainly don't know everything. And I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I'm honest. And so, book some time with me. We can go over your athlete resume. I can kind of walk you through the process. If it's just for an hour, I can walk you through the process of making sure that you're filling it out correctly, give you some insight on capturing the right video that college coaches or professional scouts are going to want to see, that you're going to put into that resume. We can go over maybe some schools. You can send me some video of your player, and I can maybe, give you some bare assessment on where, what divisions you might be looking at. As far as recruiting and marketing yourself. We can talk about the draft. If you're a player that you feel are in that mix, we can talk about that. And I can just give you at least some guidance. Do you need an agent right now? Do you not need an agent? A lot of times you don't need an agent, especially if you're a high school player and you're just looking to sign, although the draft is a little bit different. You know, all these things, how you talk to a college coach, the process in marketing yourself through social media, it's a game and it's a business. And if you don't play that right, you're going to get lost. And so if you don't answer the questions right, you're going to get lost. So I'm here to help. So get a hold of me, book something through Zoom. Let's talk for an hour. It can be repetitive if you like, but otherwise, let's just at least explore the conversation and see how I can step in virtually and help you help your athlete succeed. Thank you so much for your time, and look forward to talking with you.